am diving into a crucial topic for aspiring international students in this video. That is the top 5 visa mistakes that students make and how you can avoid that. While New Zealand offers incredible educational opportunities, obtaining a student visa can be complex. I know that, been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Many students encounter pitfalls that can delay or jeopardize their plans. I'll explore the top 5 common mistakes students make during the visa process, that is the New Zealand student visa application process, and most importantly, how to avoid them. Anywhere you go, give it all. It's your girl, the Sassy engineer, your favorite Naija Kiwi down under New Zealand. Applying for a New Zealand student visa involves navigating a detailed and specific set of requirements. Common misconceptions such as underestimating the importance of documentation can lead to application denials. This is true for a fact. So you need to carefully prepare and have a thorough understanding of the process. This is very essential to ensure a smooth application experience. That's why you have my channel to understand. I break all these things down and I have talked about most of them. So make sure that you check out the playlist. I have playlists that I collate everything and make it easier to find whatever you want to find. Okay, let's dive right into it. These are my top 5 common mistakes that students make. The first one is incomplete or inaccurate documentation. Submitting incomplete or incorrect documentation is a frequent error. That one I know for sure. And this includes inconsistencies between your application form and official documents, such as your passport. Even minor discrepancies can lead to delay or refusal. Trust me. Like something as simple as missing out on a particular document, you get denial. So you have to be very careful. Number 2 is insufficient financial evidence. This one should even be number 1. Honestly, this one should take first place because from my own understanding and what I've seen, the chances of you getting your student visa approved is that you have enough money to survive and thrive in New Zealand. So you need to demonstrate that you have adequate financial resources to cover tuition fee and living expenses. This is very crucial. Now, something that you have to note is that you don't have to pay your tuition fee when you are applying for your visa, but you need to show that you have enough money to pay that tuition fee. And as you already know from my channel, the number of years of study that you've paid for is the duration of your visa. That's how long the immigration New Zealand will give you, except you have scholarship, then that one is covered because they already know it's covered. If you are self-sponsored or you're sponsored by your family, then how much you have will determine how long your visa is going to be. On top of your tuition fee, you need to show that you have enough money to support yourself. That's living expenses, and that is the 20,000 New Zealand dollars that I talked about in the previous student visa videos and the proof of fund videos. So tuition fee plus $20,000. This is per year or duration of your course, whichever is longer. So failing to provide comprehensive bank statements or valid sponsorship letters, this sponsorship needs to also back up with their bank statement and all that. That can result in application denial. So make sure, especially the money part, that you have all your documents intact. The third common mistake is delaying the application process. So starting the application process late is a common mistake. I don't know why people do this, and they end up rushing or having to defer your admission just because you decided to start the visa process late. You know, you underestimated how long Immigration New Zealand can use to assess your application and either approve or deny. Good thing is that they are fast these days because everything is online. You know, you submit your application online, so it makes it faster. Imagine back then when you had to post to South Africa or to London or to wherever. That is a common mistake that people make. Visa processing time varies. It varies per individual and the type of visa that you're applying for. And applying too close to your intended travel date may not allow sufficient time for unseen delays. Number 4, choosing the incorrect visa type. Selecting the wrong visa category for your study program can complicate your application. So I've already explained the types of student visa we have. Visa processing times can vary. Each visa has specific requirements. Fortunately, New Zealand gives all their visas unique names. I've talked about all these visas on my channel, so make sure that you go and check Studying in New Zealand playlist. Lastly is providing false or misleading information. Why you always lying? Why you always lying? When you submit false, misleading, or you withhold information, it's a serious offense to Immigration New Zealand, to immigration generally all around the world. If Immigration New Zealand happens to find out that the information that you provided is not genuine, it can result in visa refusal and it could affect future application because they're now like, this one is not a truth speaker. So be careful. Lie thee not, okay? How do you avoid these mistakes? I've already given some explanation, but number one is subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow my Facebook page and Instagram. Instagram is still loading, but follow my channel. That is the first thing to do to avoid these mistakes. Number two is to utilize official resources. You have Immigration New Zealand website. It's free and available for everyone. You can create your account there too if you want to. So refer to this website for accurate and up-to-date information on visa requirements and procedures. It's their own visa, so that's where you get latest information. Maybe if you want to now understand the breakdown, you can now consult other websites. But first and foremost, Immigration New Zealand website is your go-to. After me though. Oh well. And they also provide official checklists that can guide you in preparing for your application. I know that this checklist is just the baseline. If you are from the country that I am from, there are extra things that you need to add because of just where you are from. Your passport already tells you that you are risky. So that's why you have me again, to see those extra things. But the checklist is a great starting point. Number three, prepare your documentation in advance. You want to gather and verify all necessary documents well before submission. Double check for completeness and accuracy to prevent delays. I used to triple check. Make sure that you have everything. Have a list. Check. So this is very, very important. Then you have to thoroughly research your specific program requirements. So different programs have their own unique prerequisites, and it even varies per university as well. This is so that you can even get the admission. You ensure that you understand the specific visa requirement that is related to your chosen course of study, if at all there's anything like that. And ensure that you have sufficient and verifiable financial resources. Money is very important in this particular visa application process. You need to provide clear evidence of financial capacity, including bank statements, sponsorship. You need to be sponsored by eligible sponsors, which I've talked about on my channel to meet this requirement. Now, if your sponsor is not an eligible sponsor, they will have to be doing financial undertaking. You need to watch that proof of funds video to really understand how you can prove that you have money to study or even for any other visa application. Watch that video. Link is in the description box. You can also seek expert advice, e.g. subscribe to my channel. But you can also consider some educational consultants or student visa consultant. They can provide personalized guidance tailored to your situation, helping you navigate complex requirements. I can do that for you too. You have to send me an email anyway to do that. Especially if this is a new era for you, try and seek expert advice if you can. So to plan ahead, these are some essential steps for success. Like I said, one, start early. Initiate your visa application process as soon as you've been accepted into the program. Immediately you have your offer of admission, start the process. Early preparation will allow you ample time to address any issues that may arise. And like I said, you will not now be running to see how can I defer my study, only to find out you cannot defer, or you have to do this or you have to do that. You don't want to lose that admission, because that's what is going to make you apply for the student visa, right? So start early. Understand the process. I have a video on the student visa, so watch that video to familiarize yourself with each step of the application, from gathering documents to creating online accounts, real me accounts, to uploading all your information and submitting the application. Everything is on my channel. Do this to again avoid last minute surprises and leverage on institutional support. This one will be applicable to people who are already in the country and they want to renew their student visa. So many educational institutes offer resources and support services for international students. I mean, they could offer to you who is coming in newly as well too, if you ask. Some of them are better than others, but don't hesitate to reach out for assistance. There will be a fee. When I applied for my student visa through uni, they charged me I think $30 or $35 or something. Prepare for potential delays. So anticipate the possibility of delays on your visa application process, and that is going to build flexibility into your timeline, ensuring that any unforeseen circumstances do not derail your time. Have that in the back of your mind. Things happen within the country. and whatever. Successfully obtaining a New Zealand student visa requires diligence, accuracy, and proactive planning. By avoiding these common mistakes and following the guidelines discussed, you can enhance your chances to seamless application process. But remember that you need to utilize the resources that you have available. I have so many videos on my channel about this. Utilize those because they are invaluable steps towards achieving your educational aspiration in New Zealand. Thank you for watching. If you have questions or need further clarification, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights on studying abroad and navigating the student visa process in New Zealand or even in any other country. Thanks for watching. Toodles. Bye.